Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're not just looking at math as some dry subject full of boring equations. No way. We're going to treat it like an incredible series of secret codes that are just waiting to be cracked. Seriously, if you've ever stared at a string of numbers and thought it was just random noise, well, prepare to have your mind completely changed.
So have you ever noticed that some numbers actually follow a special rule? Let's put on our detective hats for a second. Think about it. Whenever we count, we're instinctively following a set of instructions, right? We're laying down a trail of clues that builds into something much, much larger. Which brings us to the core concept for this explainer, finding that hidden rule governing a sequence. A pattern is basically born when numbers follow a special, consistent rule, like counting by 2s, 5s, or 10s. It's honestly exactly like a rhythm in music. Once you hear the beat, you can easily predict exactly what note is going to drop next.
All right, case number 1. Discovering hidden rules.
Let's tackle our very first mystery case together. Take a look at these numbers, 177, 277, 377, all the way up to 777. So, what comes next? To solve this, all we have to do is look at the difference between the consecutive numbers. If you look closely, 177 plus 100 equals 277. And that rule doesn't just happen once, right? It continues flawlessly all the way down the line to 777.
And this brilliantly illustrates our very first cracked code. We simply add 100 to 777 and we get 877. Boom! You've just solved your first pattern. It really is that straightforward once you know exactly what you're looking for.
Moving right along, case number 2, when numbers decrease.
Now, for this scenario, we're introducing a little twist in the plot. Here, the sequence is actually getting smaller. Look at 830, 825, 820, and down to 800. What's the rule here? Well, if we look closely at those first two numbers, 830 minus 5 is 825, which means each and every step in this sequence decreases by exactly 5.
So, if we just faithfully follow our minus 5 rule, the next number right after 800 simply has to be 795. It's the exact same logic we used in the first case, we're just moving in the opposite direction.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that hidden rules can go in both directions. Numbers can build up or they can shrink down. Whether we're adding 100 or subtracting 5, simply recognizing the direction of the sequence is, honestly, half the battle won. Okay, case number 3, finding the missing link.
It is officially time to solve a cold case. Take a look at this puzzle. 124, 134, 144, and then 3 completely blank spaces hidden right there in the middle of the line. So how do we cross this gap? Well, if we find the difference between 134 and 124, we see it's 10. And since 144 minus 134 is also 10, the rule is locked in, which means we just need to keep adding 10 to fill in those blanks.
And there they are, the missing links perfectly revealed. Adding 10 to 144 gives us 154, then 164, and finally 174. By confidently applying our newly discovered rule right to the middle of the sequence, we basically just built a bridge right over the gap. Before we move on to the bigger challenges, I want you to quickly verify your skills with these examples. Look at the increasing sequence, adding 5 each time, going from 35 up to 55. Then take a look at the decreasing sequence, subtracting 10, going from 80 all the way down to 10. If you can quickly spot these rhythms, your detective skills are sharp, and you're absolutely ready for the next level. Here we go, case number 4, tackling larger numbers. Now we're facing a much bigger challenge featuring these massive 6-digit behemoths, 137,600 all the way to 467,600. Now I know these numbers might look a little intimidating at first glance, but if we just calmly compare the consecutive numbers, the simple rule completely reveals itself. What's the difference between the first two? Well, each number increases by exactly 110,000. So by simply adding 110,000 to our last number, we conquer the big boss and reveal the next sequence number, 577,600. You see, large numbers still follow the exact same hidden rules. You really just have to look past the extra zeros.
All right, case number 5, the core strategy.
Let's permanently build out our official Detectives Toolkit to guarantee you can solve literally any sequence moving forward. Just memorize these 3 critical steps. Step 1, spot the difference between the numbers. Step 2, note the direction. Are they going up or down? And step 3, pinpoint the exact mathematical amount. Honestly, that three-step strategy is your ultimate master key to absolutely any number pattern.
Finally, case number 6, the final pattern quiz.
You've got the tools, you have the strategy, and you have the training. So, I want you to go ahead and actually pause the explainer right now, examine these 5 sequences, and use your new 3-step strategy to figure out both the missing numbers and the hidden rules. Take your time, apply the toolkit, and unmask the sequences. I'll wait.
All right, let's see how you did. For sequence 1, you should have gotten 500. Sequence 2 is 30. 3 is 42. Sequence 4 has an add 5 rule. And finally, number 5 is 60. If you nailed these, and I'm sure you did, congratulations, you are officially a number pattern expert. You cracked the codes.
Keep practicing these new skills everywhere you go, because once you know exactly how to look for patterns, you'll start discovering hidden mathematics, solving mysteries in architecture, in nature, and just in everyday life. So I'll leave you with this to think about. What other hidden rules are just waiting to be discovered in the world around you right now? Keep your eyes open, keep that detective hat on, and thanks for joining me on this explainer.
Bye students. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun math videos.